We gotta find the princess. And you gotta help us. If you need instructions on how to get through the hotels, check out the enclosed instruction book.
What's that? You can't read. Aha! I've got it! I'll read the enclosed instruction book to you. This is it. The enclosed instruction book to Hotel Mario. Now let's see. What do we got here? It's some stock artwork of me jumping out of a hotel door next to a really off-model Goomba and Koopa. And then next to that, we got Elvis Presley, apparently, and a boo. Maybe that's his ghost. Anyway, let's dive in. Here I go. Philips Compact Disc Interactive. The story. It's a dark day in the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario and Luigi have come to visit their friend, Princess Toadstool, only to discover that the princess has been kidnapped by Bowser, king of the evil Koopaling clan. Bowser has turned the beautiful Mushroom Kingdom into a personal resort for himself and his 7 Koopaling children. Each Koopaling has taken over a hotel in the kingdom. To top it,
is that implying that the hotels already existed? The Koopalings just seized some hotels in the Mushroom Kingdom.
To top it off, Bowser has challenged Mario and Luigi to save the princess from the Koopalings' clutches. Beware of the Koopalings and their nasty pals as they try to stop Mario and Luigi from searching the 7 hotels. Mario and Luigi have to use their ability to jump and stomp and throw fireballs to avoid or defeat these enemies. It's up to Mario and Luigi to outsmart the Koopalings' clever traps. Are you ready to check into Hotel Mario? Game objective. Mario must close all open doors to complete each stage of a hotel, and he must complete all stages in a hotel to advance to the next level, to the next hotel. I dare you to find her if you can. Also, by opening closed doors, Mario may discover hidden prizes and power-ups, such as toasters. The last stage of each hotel features a Koopaling for Mario to defeat. Each Koopaling has a unique way of attacking Mario. You must help Mario navigate through all 7 hotels, avoiding enemies and the clever Koopaling traps. Playing the game. After the opening animation, select 1 player, Mario, or 2 players, Mario and Luigi. Then select New or Restore, a saved game. See page 13 for details on how to save and restore games. From the main screen, you may also choose high scores to see top game scores, or demo to see Mario in action. There are 7 hotels in the kingdom. The first 6 hotels have 10 stages each. The last hotel has 15 stages. If you are playing a new game, you automatically begin with the Wood Door Hysteria Hotel. Be sure to listen for clues in the introductory animation for each hotel.
Looks kinda peaceful. Looks are deceiving when Koopas are involved.
To skip the animation, click an action button. If you are resuming a saved game, the map of the Mushroom Kingdom appears. Highlight the hotel you want to play and click an action button. You enter at the last uncompleted stage of the selected hotel. If you are playing a previously completed hotel, you begin at the first stage of that hotel. If you click button 1 while the stage title screen is up, you play that stage.
You don't say. If you press the button on the Welcome to Stage 1 screen, you play Stage 1. No kidding, Mario. Hoo-hoo! Ha-ha! Yahee! Ha-ha! Oh! Press start to play. Mamma mia! What? Hoo-hoo! Yahee! Ha-ha! Oof! Yeah! Boing! Mario's #1. Thank you, so nice. You know what they say, all the toasters toast toast.
Wow! Ooh, mamma mia. Okie dokie. Thank you so much for playing my game. Oh, wow, wow. Oof, oof. Wow! Here we go. Play. Press start to play. So long, Bowser. Wah! Waha! 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 Yippee! Yippee! Moving to different stages / saving during a game. At any time, you can move to previously played hotel stages from a stage title screen, such as the one shown at left, as follows. Go to a previous stage by moving the controller left and clicking button 2. Go to the next stage by moving the controller right and clicking button 2. Remember, to access this stage, you must have already completed the one you're on. You can bring up the map of the Mushroom Kingdom by moving the controller up and clicking button 2. From there, you are able to go to any previously played hotel. You can save your game and/or exit your game at any stage by moving the controller down and clicking button 2, which takes you to the save game screen. Status bar / point tally screen / bonus points. The status bar at the top of the screen provides the following information. Stage shows your current stage in a hotel. Mario indicates Mario's remaining lives in the game. Time shows how many time ticks remain in the current stage. There are 200 ticks per stage. Coins indicates how many coins Mario has acquired in the game. When he gets 30 coins, he gets a new life. His lives increase by 1, and his number of coins reverts to 0. Points indicates total cumulative points earned in the game. The point tally screen appears when each stage is completed. To calculate points, a hotel multiplier is used, which factors in the difficulty of each hotel.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever read.
Points are determined by multiplying the ticks remaining at the end of that stage by the hotel multiplier. The resulting hotel is added to your score as a bonus. Additional bonus points can be earned by completing levels in special ways. Experiment to get big points. Toasters, experiment to get big points.
I have no clue what they're talking about here. Special bonuses for completing levels in special ways. And what on earth is this hotel multiplier thing? I've got to say, the hotel multiplier to the points. That's a pretty advanced concept. Score multiplier not in a platform game like this. That's pretty unusual for games back then. That's weird. Oddly advanced for Hotel Mario to have that.
Moving Mario. Run! Move the controller left or right to move Mario in those directions. Jump! Click button 1 to make Mario jump. He jumps higher and further the longer you hold the button. Mario can jump from a stationary position, but he moves slightly forward when he lands. At his highest point, Mario jumps through the floor above him. This means that he can be knocked off screen by enemies above him, but he can grab friendly characters there as well. Duck. Mario can duck under certain enemies. To make Mario duck, pull down on the controller. Doors. If Mario is in front of a door, use button 2 to open or close the door. If the door is open, push up on the controller to make Mario enter the room. Pull down on the controller to make Mario exit the room. Remember that Mario can't jump in doorways. Elevators. Mario could use the elevators to move from floor to floor. To make Mario enter an elevator, move him in front of the elevator door and push up on the controller. The elevator moves automatically. After an elevator takes Mario to a floor, he can change his mind before leaving the elevator and return to the previous floor when you push button 1. To make Mario exit an elevator, pull down on the controller. Remember that Mario can't jump in elevators. Pause. If your controller has a pause button, use it to pause the game.
If your controller has a pause button.
If your controller has a pause button, use it to pause the game and dim the screen. Also, you can pause indefinitely at any stage title screen. Button 1 makes Mario jump. Hold button down for more height and distance. Returns an elevator to the previous floor if Mario has just left the elevator. Button 2 opens and closes doors. Buttons 1 plus 2 makes Mario throw fireballs when he is Fire Mario.
You gotta hold down the jump button. You've got to hold down the jump button and the action button at the same time to throw a fireball. What on earth is the CDI? What on earth is this? What on earth is the CDI's controller?
Controller up sends Mario into an open door or elevator. Controller down makes Mario exit an open door or elevator. Also makes Mario duck when not in a door or an elevator. Also makes Mario duck and slide while moving in the Chilton Hotel. Pause. Pauses the game. Pauses the game and dims the screen. Defeating enemies. Mario Stomp. Mario can defeat most enemies by stomping on them. Some must be stomped more than once, while others can't be stomped at all. To defeat an enemy by stomping, Mario must be on the downside of his jump arc. Hit the enemy square on the head.
That's the most overly weird way of phrasing that I've ever seen. How Mario jumps on an enemy. He hits the enemy on the head while on the downside of his jump arc. I mean, I guess so. It seems more complicated than it somehow makes it seem more technical than it needs to be, describing it that way. You just jump on them.
Fireballs. Fireballs. Balls. Fireballs. Mario can throw fireballs when he is Fire Mario. Starman. Mario becomes temporarily invincible when he grabs the Starman. Elevator switching sequences. The elevators in each hotel behave differently. In the first hotel, the elevators are marked with arrows to indicate the direction. At the 10th stage of that hotel, however, the elevator characteristics change to the elevator behavior you will find in the next hotel. Good luck figuring out how the elevators work. Hotel traps. The Koopalings have placed a special trap in most hotels to make Mario's quest more difficult. If Mario looks for the right clues, such as toasters, he can overcome the Koopalings' traps and continue on his mission to find the princess. Be sure to listen for clues in the cartoons preceding each hotel. Super Mario and Fire Mario. Super Mario. Mario becomes Super Mario during the game by grabbing Super Mushrooms. Super Mario wears overalls that glow, instead of just being bigger than normal Mario, like in every single other Mario game ever made. If Super Mario runs into an enemy, he does not lose a life, but he becomes regular Mario. If Super Mario falls off screen, he loses a life. Fire Mario. If Super Mario opens a door with a super mushroom behind it, the super mushroom turns into a fire flower. If Super Mario grabs the fire flower, he gains the ability to throw fireballs. Fire Mario's shirt and hat turn from red to white, and his overalls glow red and yellow. To make Mario throw fireballs, point him in the desired direction and click buttons 1 and 2 simultaneously. Fire. Mario can lose firepower ability when he runs into an enemy. He returns to the state of Super Mario. This is how to recognize the different Marios. Regular Mario, red hat and overalls. Super Mario, rainbow glow overalls. Fire Mario, white hat and shirt. Overalls glow red and yellow. Extra Mario Mushroom.
Extra Mario Mushroom. A 1-up. A 1-up mushroom.
If Fire Mario opens a door with a super mushroom behind it, the mushroom turns into Toad, an extra Mario mushroom. He gives Mario an extra life.
But you're telling us that the 1-up mushroom is actually Toad. And when you catch Toad, then Toad gives you a 1-up mushroom. Why did they not just use the 1-up mushroom? Also, in order to get a 1-up, you have to have become Super Mario, and then from there become Fire Mario, and then if you would have found a mushroom or a fire flower, then instead of that you'll find the 1-up. Okay.
Hazards to Mario's health. Mario can lose a life in the following ways. If he collides with an enemy when he is not Super Mario or Fire Mario. If all doors are opened at once on the screen.
I didn't know that. You lose a life if all the doors get opened? Mario just can't take all these doors being opened. It's just too much pressure for him to close every single door. I did not know that was a mechanic.
Oh, all the doors have been opened? Well, that's it for me. I'm out of here.
He just ups and dies if all the doors are opened. Mario he just can't live anymore. He just can't take life anymore if all the hotel doors on one floor are open.
If he runs out of time, or if he falls off the edge of a hotel.
Bowser's hotels are not OSHA compliant. If you can just walk off the side of one of the floors and fall to your death.
Saving games. You can get to the saved game screen to save your last completed stage when you do the following. Pull down the controller and click button 2 in any stage title screen. Choose not to continue after losing your last Mario. Saved game screen. Use your controller to select one of the 5 slots below name. Then click an action button. If all 5 slots are filled, choose one to replace with your current game. Move your controller up and down to change letters, and left and right to move from the first to third initial. When you are finished, move to the column on the right and click Save. Your game is saved, along with the hotel number and current stage. If you decide not to save the game, select Exit. Restoring games. To restore a game, select Restore from the main screen.
Gee, you don't say.
This takes you to the saved game screen. Select the game you want to restore and click on Action button. When you restore a game, you go to the Kingdom screen. You can choose to play a previously completed hotel, beginning play at stage 1 of that hotel. If you have not completed the selected hotel, you start at the last uncompleted stage. So this is where Wendy's hit the real coin. Looks kinda peaceful. Memory. High scores in saved games are stored in your CDI player's memory as Hotel_Mario. This means your game is saved within the CDI player, not on the disc.
The CDI itself saves the game. I wonder how much memory the CDI had. I'm guessing not much.
Mario's friends. The following characters assist Mario on his mission to free the princess. Coins. coins appear from behind doors and bounce off screen. If Mario collects 30 coins, he gets an extra life.
Again, unlike every other Mario game in history where it's 100 coins for an extra life. Jeez Louise, Hotel Mario, you just keep on circumventing the formula, don't you? You just keep subverting the classic Mario formula.
Super Mushroom. This turns regular Mario into Super Mario. Super Mushrooms appear from behind open doors. Fire Flower.
Fire flowers. Hey Mario, hey Luigi. I overheard Bowser telling the Koopa kids to watch out for fire flowers. Fire flowers. Fire flowers. Fire flowers. You need to use them to get rid of the guards. Fire flowers. Fire flowers. Fire flowers.
Get out of here, Mario. This is Hotel Mario.
Fire flowers.
The Fire Flower appears when certain doors are opened. If Mario grabs the Fire Flower, his shirt and hat change to white and he has the power to throw throw fireballs.
Is this exactly the same text as earlier? Why are they repeating all this stuff?
In this mode, Mario can throw fireballs by clicking button 1 and 2 simultaneously, or button 3 in the touchpad controller.
Oh, they got a special controller with 3 buttons, huh? The touchpad controller. Of course, What was this? What was the CDI thinking? With a 2-button controller. There is exactly 2 buttons. The CDI obviously wasn't meant for games like this. The CDI obviously was never meant for games like Hotel Mario or Legend of Zelda, where you've got to crouch down to open the menu. And I think you've got to press both the buttons at the same time there as well. The console was clearly designed for stuff like the Flowers of Robert Mapplethorpe and Lab Chop's Play Along. They never intended you to be playing real games. And yet, according to TV Tropes, Hotel Mario was the best-selling game on the CDI. Hotel Mario was the most successful thing the CDI ever produced. Which I'm glad, I'm very pleased with that actually. This game deserved to get that, if nothing else. I'm pleased that it got success. Although, well, it was the best CDI game, that might mean it just sold 60 copies. But at least there's a whole bunch of people that saw the Toasters scene.
Toad! Toad! If Mario grabs Toad, he gets an extra life. Toad looks similar to the Super Mushroom, but moves faster. Starman! The Starman gives Mario invincibility for a short time. He appears when certain doors are open. When Mario grabs Starman, he has the ability to knock off screen any enemy he encounters. Mario has a sparkle on him when he has star power. As the star power fades, Mario's sparkle flickers, then stops. When the sparkle is gone, Mario is back to his previous state. Mario's enemies, Koopas. Beware of these nasty turtles that prowl the hotels. Goomba. Slow but steady, the Goomba plods along, getting in Mario's way. Wiggler. Mario must stomp on Wiggler's head while avoiding his body, and reduce him segment by segment until he is defeated.
Yeah, in the actual game, if you watch it, what that means is that you've got to jump with the CDI's really terrible control system. You have to jump carefully onto Wiggler's head, and then you got to jump away and wait for the next segment of his 6-segment long body to turn into a head, and then jump on that. And then repeat this 5 times until he's dead, and then another Wiggler will immediately respawn out of one of the doors on the same floor to replace him. And if you jump on any segment of the Wiggler other than his head, you die. That looks really painful.
Parabomb. A parabomb floats in on a parachute, randomly landing on one of the floors, then strolls around, fuse burning, until he feels like blowing up. Look out! Parabombs can set off other parabombs. Mini Ninja. This clever little warrior blends in and hides in open doorways. Oh, you fiend! He then begins hopping towards Mario. Mini Ninja has a cowardly streak. If Mario moves to stomp on him, Mini Ninja will try to run away. Buzzy Beetle. Buzzy Beetles, Buzzy Beetles, Buzzy Beetles, Buzzy Beetle's not too bright, but he's steady. He just marches along, getting in Mario's way. He always pursues Mario when Mario appears on his floor. Spidey. Spidey is like Buzzy Beetle, but a little higher. Spidey is like Buzzy Beetle, but a little higher on the evolutionary scale. Spidey is like Buzzy Beetle, but a little higher on the evolutionary scale.
Alright, so first of all, evolution is canon in the Mario universe. We finally had that confirmed in Hotel Mario. And not only that, but Spideys evolved from Buzzy Beetles. Even though Spideys can be killed with fire flowers, but Buzzy Beetles can't, so Buzzy Beetles are objectively the better, more well-adapted organism in this scenario when it comes to Mario. Mario being the main character of the universe, in the Mario universe, so Spidey did a bad job of evolving.
He can't be stopped because of the spines on his back. Monty Mole. Monty's a fun...
I wonder where toasters fit in the evolutionary scale of the Mario universe.
Monty Mole. Monty's a fun-loving mole who likes to pop out of the ground, surprising Mario, then run around, hopping and randomly changing directions. Sometimes he gets so carried away that he runs straight into walls. Flying Koopa. A flying Koopa aggressively flies all over the screen. Flying Goomba. A flying Goomba can't become as airborne as the flying Koopa. He flies only within floors. However, some flying Goombas have Banzai Bill Avengers that come at Mario if he stomps the Goomba.
If you kill certain flying Goombas, then a Banzai Bill or a Magnum Bill comes flying at you. That's the defense mechanism. That's a bit weird, but okay.
Banzai Bill. Banzai Bill flies in from off-screen. Mario's only warning that he's coming is the distant sound of cannon fire. Big Boo. This big ghost hunts down Mario, but only when Mario isn't looking. If Mario faces Big Boo, he tries to hide by hiding his eyes. He can't be stopped or knocked off screen, so be careful. Boo Buddies. The brightly lit Boo Buddies behave just like Big Boo, but these guys are faster than Big Boo. The transparent Boo Buddies are harmless, but they occasionally become bright and swoop towards Mario. Run, Mario, run! They can't be stopped or knocked off screen. Skeleton Koopa.
The dry bones.
The Skeleton Koopa moves about, following Mario when he appears on his floor. He can be stomped, but crumbles into a pile of bones that comes alive after a while. If he's hit with a fireball, or if Mario touches him while charged with star power, he explodes into a billion pieces and does not come back.
Wow, that's violent.
Pat the Bat. Pat lives under the bottom floor of some stages and starts flying upward. He's not the best flyer in the world.
Pat the Bat. Did they make him up? Or is that the bat thing from the Super Mario World caves? Pat the Bat. I don't think that was that thing's name, if it was. Maybe it's an original enemy. An all-new original enemy.
Mecha Koopa. Mecha is a mechanical Koopa that opens doors. He can be stopped, but it only stuns him for a second or two. Eventually he will wind down and stop. Bellhop Goomba. He moves around faster than a regular Goomba and turns randomly.
This bellhop Goombas, so Bowser really is running a legitimate hotel business. He's got bellhop Goombas seeing customers to their rooms.
Rhinestone Goomba.
What the F does that mean?
Rhinestone Goomba. He behaves like a regular Goomba and opens doors.
What's a rhinestone? What kind of name is this? Also, how does Goombas open doors without arms? Well, maybe the same way they hold baseball bats. Going by the Mario baseball game. Zed Koopa.
Zed Koopa. This tuxedo-wearing Koopa sometimes flies in a trickier pattern than the other flying Koopas.
Zed Koopa? Well, that's the end of it. A Philips Fantasy Factory production.
A Philips Fantasy Factory production.
Nice job, Philips Fantasy Factory. Philips Fantasy Factory. Does that mean that... So was Fantasy Factory the developers of Hotel Mario, were they a subsidiary? Were they owned by Philips? Are they part of Philips? Did Philips themselves create Hotel Mario? There's all the credits I'm not going to read, except that Mark Grau... Actually, let's see. Voice talent, Mark Grau and Jocelyn What's-Her-Face. There was a rumour for a long time that the princess was also voiced by Mark Grau, but no, they got a woman for him. But Mark does voice Luigi. Whoa, that's a really 1990s page to have in an instruction book. CDI titles and now CDI digital video. What on earth does that mean? Digital video? Is that like DVDs for your CDI? I'd like to see what that looked like. A full motion video version of Bambi. Or the Wizard of Oz. Sega CD style full FMV game. That would be fun. Wonder how much those cost. See your local retailer or order now. That number, that dead number. Right, it's probably a sex hotline number now, like they all are. Oh, look at this. Different CDI titles you can purchase. Let's see here. Andrew Lloyd Webber, the Premier Collection Encore. Get the CDI badly compressed samples of Andrew Lloyd Webber music, which all sounds the same anyway, so it might as well be... You might as well just be buying one song. While we're on it, it'd be the same if there was a John Williams collection as well. I wonder if anybody would notice if you took one of the theme tunes for the Superman movie, or Star Wars, or Indiana Jones, or what, E.T., if you took one and played one of the other one's theme tunes over it, I wonder if anybody would notice. Because I don't think I would. They all just sound the same to me. Apocalypse Now. Yeah, that's the movie. Buy Apocalypse Now for your CDI. Bon Jovi, Keep the Faith. Bryan Adams. Blah blah. Eric Clapton. The cream of Clapton. The cream of Clapton. You probably should have had a harder think about that name. Fatal Attraction. Hanna-Barbera's Cartoon Carnival. Or FMV Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Indecent Proposal, whatever, everything like this and that. The 100 Greatest Touchdowns, just a collection of 100 5-second clips of American football touchdowns. Playboy's Complete Massage. What on earth? There's Lamb Chop's Play Along. I don't know who Lamb Chop is. I really don't know who Lamb Chop is. The Joy of Sex. The Joy of Sex, Playboy's Complete Massage. Well, there you have it. There's officially a Mario game. When Mario tells the kids to check out the enclosed instruction book in Hotel Mario's intro, he's telling them to read about how to order the Joy of Sex. Oh, the Dark Fables of Aesop. Oh, I mean Aesop apparently. The Dark Fables of Aesop. Oh, the ones that they don't tell you in kindergarten. I wonder what those are. The Dark Fables. I mean, it's well known how it's well known how these famous fairy tales like Little Red Riding Hood and Cinderella and the like used to be far more gruesome in the original versions. The ugly sisters chopping their toes off to fit the shoes in the slipper, and Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother both getting eaten by the wolf, and then the woodcutter cutting them out of the wolf's stomach and shoving a bunch of stones inside the stomach and then zipping the stomach back up like a coat so that the wolf dies with horrible agony with stones in his stomach. That's the sort of stuff that fairy tales were like. I wonder what the fables of Aesop were, the dark ones. All the happy little animals go on a killing spree. A great day at the races. Backgammon, Caesar's World of Gambling, or Dark Castle, I've heard of that. An infamous game. They've linked the Faces of Evil, there it is. Wonder if the Zelda one's here too. Jazz Giants, Louis Armstrong. Awful lot of music. There's an awful lot of music titles. The CDI clearly was not meant to be a video game console, but people tried to make it one. Yeah, that's it. That's the end. There's no Zelda. Only Link: The Faces of Evil. Maybe they hadn't released the other ones yet. There's 3 Zelda games on the CDI, and there's 1 Mario game. There was meant to be 3 Mario games as well, but only 1 was made. One of them that didn't get made was called Mario's Wacky Worlds, which looked incredibly bad from the prototype. Everybody's really interested in the prototype of that game. It gets attention, but it looks like the finished product would have been completely terrible, just going by that. Unless they'd pulled out a miracle, it looked like it would not have been worth playing. But the other one though, the third game, Mario Takes America, that's another story entirely. That looks like it would have been not only worth playing, looks like it would have been possibly the best Mario game ever. I dare say it might even have been better than Hotel Mario. Mario Takes America. That does not... Whatever that's probably... I'm guessing it was meant to just be a stupid educational... I'm guessing it was just going to be an educational game. Mario teaches you about America, but how can you give it a title called... How can you call it Mario Takes America and not think of Mario storming over the border with tanks, invading and conquering America? Mario Takes America. That's the only way you can interpret that title, seriously. Well, I would have much rather there was a prototype of that than Mario's Wacky Worlds, but at least the most important one of all those 3 games did get made, Hotel Mario. So that's the end of that. Order the Joy of Sex now for your Philips CDI. And if your parents ask you why, just tell them that Mario told you to.
You know what they say, all toasters toast toast.
Thank you, so nice! They finally got Charles Martinet to read the all toasters toast toast line in some interview a couple of years ago, but when he does it, there's a big crowd's voices in the background, and he doesn't put his heart into it. He starts off saying it like someone else. He starts off talking like himself, like, you know what they say, all toasters toast the toasties. And he says, yeah, that's what he says, all toasters toast toasties. Toasties! That's not the line, Charles Martinet, you heretic. You heathen, Charles. Have you not even watched Hotel Mario? How could you not be aware of that? How can you call yourself the voice of Mario and not seen the toasters scene? That is why it's Charles Martinet. I don't recognise Charles Martinet. As far as I'm concerned, he is not really Mario. Charles Martinet is a fake. He's a fraud. He's been an imposter for 20 years. Bring back Mark Grau from Hotel Mario. The true voice of Mario.
You know what they say, all toasters toast toast.
You know what they say, all the toasters toast the toasties.
You know what they say, all the toasters toast the toast.
That ought to do it.